All right, so you're going to come to lie on your back in a Shavasana. Bring your heels to fall in and your toes to fall out. You can starfish your body out, take up as much space as you like. Close your eyes and then start to inhale through your nose. Maybe exhale through your mouth or through your nose. And then inhale as you draw your right knee into your armpit and start to create some rotations clockwise and then anti-clockwise on the right hip. I'm going to do this 3 times to the right and 3 times to the left. And then coming into a figure 4, stretch your right heels coming over your left thigh. Draw your left thigh into your chest. Coming into that figure 4 stretch, stretching out that right glute. You're winging open that right knee while drawing the left knee to your chest. Then coming over to the other side, you bring your left knee into your armpit and then a few rotations clockwise and then anti-clockwise. And just noticing if one side feels a little more stuck than the other. And then threading your left ankle over your right thigh, draw your right knee into your chest, stretching into that left glute. Nice big breath in. And then exhale, slowly release that down. You can bring your knees to touch, your feet are wide, coming into a few windscreen wipers of your knees. So you're going to come to the right and then to the left, opening up that pelvic area. Your arms can be at a T. And then when you're ready, you can come into a full supine twist. Placing your left heel over your right thigh, letting your knees fall over to the right, and then switching over to the left-hand side. Same thing, supine twist. You can make that more intense by looking over to the opposite side where your legs fall. And bringing both your knees into your chest. Coming into a happy baby, place your hands on the inner arches of your feet, kicking open into a U. And you can choose to be static or to massage your spine into the mat beneath you. Coming into a few rock and rolls forward and backwards until you create enough momentum to come up into a seat. And then come up and over into your first tabletop. Your knees are underneath your hips, your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale for cow, exhale cat. Inhale as you dip your tailbone, lift your head for cow, and then exhale for cat as you dome your spine. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, right hand extends all the way up, and then exhale as you thread the needle, right hand underneath your left armpit. Place your right cheek down to the mat. You can walk your left hand all the way forward. And then inhale as you come up, stretching open that pec, coming back down to a tabletop, and then you can repeat on the other side. Left hand rises up. And then exhale as you thread the needle on the left hand side. Inhale, left hand rises. Exhale, tabletop. And then when you're ready, you can push up and back for your first downward facing dog. Pressing your hips up and back, round your heels as closely down to the mat as you can. And then gesture your chest towards your thighs. You can pedal your knees out or lift your heels up and place them back down if you need to create some space in the back line of your body. And then when you're ready, you can walk your feet forward, coming into a standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise all the way up. Then exhale, cactus your arms back, bend. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale to rise. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale, arms rise. And then exhale to fold. You're going to ground your hands down, step back into a high plank. Exhale, bend your elbows to 90 degrees, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale back to center, exhale over your left shoulder. Inhale all the way back and stay for the exhale. Back in your down dog now. 2 more breaths here. Then inhale, right leg extends up and back. Bring your right foot all the way forward, coming into a high lunge. Then exhale, you're going to twist to the right. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, place your hands down, back foot meets the front, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Stepping your right foot back now into a high lunge one more time. This time, twist to the left. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, place your hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Next, inhale, left leg extends up and back, stepping through into a low lunge, and then inhale all the way up into your high lunge, twisting to the left. Inhale, back to center. Place your hands down, back foot meets the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Step your left foot back, inhale, arms rise. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands down, step back, down dog. So in your down dog for 2 more breaths. Inhale, right leg extends up and back. Exhale, you're going to go elbow to knee, stepping into high plank, elbow to knee on the other side. Right elbow, right knee to right elbow, left knee to left elbow. Then exhale all the way down, slow chaturanga. So on your tummy now, you're going to inhale up into a sphinx. Your forearms are on the mat. You're going to get into your neck now, so rotations in circular motions to the right and then to the left. You can do this in your own time, what feels good for your neck. Swim your arms to either side of your hips and then inhale up into a locust pose. Your chest and your shins come off the mat at the same height. Exhale, place your right cheek down to the mat. Gaze forward and down. Inhale, locust one more time. And then exhale, left cheek down to the mat. Relax your legs. Place your hands under your armpits and push back into a child's pose for a sec. You can take a few deep breaths here. And coming up onto your shins now. You're going to place your hands at the base of your back. Inhale. Exhale as you tilt your chin up and start to push your hips forward, really feeling that stretch in the quads and the back. And then if that feels like you'd like a little more, you can come into a half bow position, placing one hand onto your heel and sweeping the other arm up as you press your hips forward. Really what we're doing here is loosening things up for the next flow that's coming after this. So pausing in your child's pose one more time, relax your belly down, relax your forehead down. When you're ready, you can come up into a tabletop for another round of cat-cow. 3 cows and 3 cats in your own time, at your own pace. Pushing back into downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, left leg extends up and back, 3-legged dog. Left knee to left tricep. Back into your high plank, right knee to right tricep. High plank, left knee, left tricep. Right knee, right tricep. Just getting those arms nice and warm. 1 breath in and then exhale, chaturanga all the way down onto your tummy. This time extend your arms to a T, cup your fingers. As you inhale, bring your chest up and then you're going to dip 1 shoulder down at a time. We're doing 4 rounds of this, just getting a stretch into those shoulders. Now you're going to step your right foot all the way over, coming into a scorpion tail, opening up the hip on the one side. And then same thing, left leg extends up and back, stepping all the way over, scorpion's tail, opening up the other leg. So really stretching open those adductors and then obviously switching on those glutes as you do that. You should feel a nice stretch in the pec as well. Gaze forward and down now. You're going to swim your hands to either side of your hips. Tuck your heels to your bum and then reach hold of your feet or your shins, coming into a bow pose. You can go into locust if this pose is not accessible for you, but what you are wanting to do in that pose is really kick your feet into your hands. When you've had enough of that, you can push back into child's pose. 1 breath here, inhale. And exhale. Walk your hands over to the right, coming into a side stretch on the left. If you want, you can go into a bind. And then coming all the way over to the other side now. Same thing, going for a bind if you did on the first side. Then we're going to come up onto our shins one more time. The aim here is to go into a full camel now if you feel like you can. So what you're going to do is activate your quads, push your hips forward. If you can take hold of your ankles or your heels, you're welcome to do that. And then push your hips forward. And if you feel comfortable, you can lift your chin up. So you should feel a really good stretch into the lower back and the quads. Activate your quads as you come all the way up. And then we neutralize the spine one more time, coming into your child's pose again. You can stay here as long as you need to. Big deep breaths in and out. One more round of cat-cow to get the synovial fluid in your spine going. Inhale for your cow, exhale for your cat. Really just moving things around in that spine, keeping it nice and loose. And then when you're ready, you can come up into another downward facing dog. Maybe a down dog twist on either side if it feels like your body needs that. Otherwise, finding stillness in your down dog is perfectly okay too. Really what you're doing here is just stretching into those hamstrings, stretching into the calves. Coming all the way down when you're ready onto your tummy now. So what you're going to do now is bring your left knee to your left elbow coming onto your forearm. So you're in a half froggy sphinx pose here. So feeling again that stretch into the glute area. Then you can thread your opposite arm underneath your armpit and start to turn onto your back. So you're going to find yourself in a supine twist variation that should feel quite intense on the back as well as the glute. So a real opening up into the whole thoracic area. Coming all the way onto your back, you can place your left heel over your right leg. So you're threading your legs across each other as if you're sitting cross-legged, and then pull your knees towards your chest. And once again, your left knee coming over your right now, another variation of that glute stretch. And then taking your left peace fingers to your left big toe, opening up into a half straddle. You can counterbalance with your right hand on the mat. And then you're going to roll all the way over onto your tummy, so we can repeat this on the other side. So inhaling into a sphinx, your forearms are down on the mat, and then bring your right knee into that half froggy position on the right hand side. And then you're going to thread your left hand underneath your right armpit, starting to come into that supine twist variation, opening up as much as you can. Notice the opening in the chest and pec area while you feel that stretch in the glute. Again, crossing your knees, so you've crossed over the other side now. Draw your knees into your chest, noticing if the side feels a little tighter to the other side. Now it is your right knee that's over your left leg. Your left knee that's over your right leg, coming into that supine twist on the other side. And then we finish off in that half straddle on the right-hand side. So your peace fingers onto your big toes, opening up into that straddle. Then we'll finish off into a happy baby variation. So either cupping the outer knee pits or holding on to the inner arches of the feet and opening up into a happy baby. This should just feel nice and solid on the spine. So you're really just neutralizing the entire space in the spine in your happy baby. And then when you're ready, you can relax your entire body down, heels in, toes out. Maybe place your left hand on your heart space, your right hand on your belly. And just closing your eyes here for a moment.